This shouldn't take long. You're finished. It's over. Too slow. Nice try. That should do it.
You made short work of that lot. Thank you, son. Now,
How long is it since the village was...
oh, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperials, you just couldn't make ends meet. Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Oh, it may as well have been a century, looking at the place. This isn't the Cressida I remember.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past, no matter how nice it might have been. As soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, it's onto your hideaway. I'll meet you there.
That should take care of Mid's little list. Better head back before she thinks of anything else.
The little ones have been up to their old tricks in there.
Shouldn't you be getting some rest?
All right, Clive. You've all done then?
I am. I've placed your various...
That's brilliant. Thanks, Clive.
Is there...
Nope. Blackthorn and Lady. So as soon as Bernard gets here, we can... I can't wait.
That's my good deed for the day done. Let's see how Jill's faring.
Ah, Clive.
Talia. How's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course. Take good care of her, won't you?
I'll do my best. Oh, Gav was looking for you. He said he had something to show you in the shelves.
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He went to ask Harpocrates about Torgor. He must have found something.
I'm feeling a lot better, thanks to Talia's remedies. But she insists I rest.
You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's breath. I don't think I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. Is it
You don't need me to answer that. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. And we must the operation...
I know, but...
I know you will.
Unfortunately, the first thing, something I can't do with the infirmary's ammonia.
Just tell me what you need.
You'll go. No one knows Herblord, like, unfortunate.
How are you doing? Here you go.
Think you can help?
Yeah. What's everyone's
Do you have a moment, Sid? A team of Cursebreakers has gone...
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to live. They were moving in for their Cursebreaker man. They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing. I can't help but worry that...
They know the work.
But what if I've got them all killed before they go out? But I never really thought...
I'll go and find them. We'll both rest easy.
Thank you. The plan was to intercept the slaver somewhere in the Dragons.
That should be enough.
Jill looked white as a sheet when we pulled.
Clive. Summerstorm. So, will it be? Not bad, if I do say so myself.
And?
And what can I do for you? If you're gonna buy something, be quick about it.
Finished, are you?
Good girl. Faster! The river was easy enough to find. Now for those herbs. This is the only plant around here with blue flowers. I hope it's the right one. Should be enough to keep you. Come on. Straight home now. Cole. I'm glad you're in one piece.
Just about. Said, if you don't...
Doris sent me to find you.
I sent a runner to the Dame in Northreach.
Well, I'm here now.
Only some. The rest locked themselves in the slaver's carriage rather than fleeing when they... I want to help them, Sid. But we're barely in any state to protect those few we did.
You made the right decision.
The goblins may still be out there.
You have duties to attend to here.
All right. And please, hurry.
I won't let that happen.
Thank you.
Don't thank me just yet. They're trying to get into the carriage. Who are you? A friend. Are there any more survivors? Why didn't you flee with the others? If the goblins had made it, why should we run? Perhaps. Freedom, safety.
Sid, you weren't to...
This man risked his life to save. Fine. What we'll do with you...
You can leave the rest to us, Sid.
Thank you.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again.
Sid, welcome back. If I just... Or maybe I wouldn't.
Cole and the other...
No. What kind of... I should have erred.
We swore the same oath as...
It's good to see...
With all due respect, no one with that...
We all know how much break.
Cole, I never... Thank you. I sometimes want... But...
You will.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. You earned this. Best of luck out there, Sid.
I hope you didn't have too much trouble.
Only the usual.
Oh, yes.
You'll do fine.
Thank you for... Sorry. The brand is more than just ink on flesh. It's a death sentence. Milk of the wyvern tail lurking just below the one ill-conceived incision. And even success means I became a physiker to help people, not to kill.
Cursebreakers lead hard lives. They toil in the shadows, risking life and limb, and yet we never won for volunteers.
Conviction?
They're willing to fight. I know your work isn't easy.
It's natural for a pet. Thank you for helping me remember that.
Here, what's everyone whispering about?
Jill looked white as a sheet.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal. Where did you get him, like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his cries, and seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Tomes?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea. In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name was Fenrir.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other?
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened, just when his master needed him the most.
You're right. If it weren't for Torgal blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own, his latent birthright as a Frostwolf, it had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal!
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work. Isn't it brilliant?
It is.
Well, I couldn't have done it without you. You and everyone else. But I promise I'll pay you back. I'm gonna work my fingers to the bone for you lot, starting right now. Just you wait. I'll make wonders like this world's never seen.
Then I look forward to seeing them. Now that that's settled, I wonder if Vivian's made any progress tracking down Kupka.
Thanks for before, son. That was a good deed you did me. Only right I do you one in return. Though I did wonder if I'd bit off more than I could chew when Mid showed me her plans for the place. If she hadn't been there to tell me what to do, I wouldn't have known where to start.
We have everything we need to begin work in earnest. And work in earnest we shall!
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
I think I'll wait till Mid's away to get to it.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected... If only we knew for certain by what route he...
Well, if anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you.
What?
Word, that'd be a...
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne.
You have nothing to worry about on that front.
Clive, have you got a minute? We, have a guest.
A guest?
For your trouble. It was a pleasure, in hindsight.
Uncle Byron?
Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favourite uncle is here!
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmecs empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely when the Dalmecs will withdraw their troops.
Dion's fire could rid us of them in mere moments. The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can, and once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmecs to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true. Yet for every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on. Dion?
Yes, sire.
Prepare for battle.
But sire...
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
If that is your wish,
Your Radiance. I shall depart at once. May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, Your Radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
So Annabella's tales were true. You disappoint me, Dion.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
The little uns have been up to their old
It's just one thing after another around here.
Well, fuck me. Never thought I'd see the day Lord Byron Rosfield of the Seven High Houses came to tea.
Ah, my dear nephew. How I've missed you.
How did you find this place, Uncle?
Through the good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow. As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you. It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Waloed? Certainly, her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift and every bit as feared as the kingdom's legendary cavalry. A fitting flagship for a land apart, her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes. It seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan's survival, whither would you take him? Why, home to Drake's Fang, a place rich enough in ether to conjure the magics needed to mend his hurts. But would that not entail an arduous voyage around the southern cape? Let us say that the Royalists did put ashore with a mind to spirit Kupka away from under your very nose. Could that truly have been their plan for him? To load him aboard one of the ships flying Republican colors sighted off the coast near Port Isolde. To spend weeks at sea, being tossed hither and yon by unforgiving waves, his life hanging in the balance. No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert. And by cutting through the Velcroy, a party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
So it was the Waludas who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canverward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company. Give me a moment to make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned, and where we're going.
Very well, but be quick about it, my boy. Time waits for no man.
Ah, my favorite pupil. We met under curious circumstances. Naturally. Still. Lord Byron Rosfield. I heard tell. Why? What is it that you wish to learn? Here's the latest information I have. Study it well, Clive. The state of the realm is ever-changing, Clive.
Otto, Kupka's at Drake's Fang.
You're not going in there alone.
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lanza and the Fang are all Kupka's You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil, Suncaller.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know, we've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid.
Thanks.
So, what about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried.
Thank fuck for that.
Gav, Otto,
you can count on us. I heard they called Rosina the Desert Hare on account of our limbs.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. I was a young man when last I walked this path. There's an old trading post not far from here. The road to Drake's Fang leads through it.
The trading post it is.